You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page as well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, we review match number 2 of IPL 2021 between the Chennai Super Kings and the Delhi Capitals. It's the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast, and let's get started. Let's have a look at the match summary for Game 2 of this IPL for 2021 between the Chennai Super Kings and the Delhi Capitals from Mumbai. The Chennai Super Kings batted first and made 7 for 188 in their 20 overs. Suresh Raina, on his return to the IPL, made 54 of 36 balls. Chris Woakes and Avish Khan took 2 wickets each for the Capitals. The Delhi Capitals chased down the runs easily in the end in 18.4 overs, finishing on 3 for 190. Shikhar Dhawan top scored with 85 of 54 balls, and Thakur took 2 wickets for the Chennai Super Kings. The Delhi Capitals won by 7 wickets, and Shikhar Dhawan was named man of the match. What were some of the key factors and key moments from this game between the Chennai Super Kings and the Delhi Capitals? I thought the key moment and the critical moment in this match was the Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan partnership of 138 for the first wicket. Obviously, in a run chase, you need the openers to get you off to a good start. And obviously for Delhi, they were chasing 189 to win, so they needed a good start from Shaw and Dhawan. And they got that. Obviously, the pair added 138 for the first wicket, which pretty much sealed the game for Delhi then and there, because that took the pressure off Delhi, and obviously the pressure was back on CSK because they had to take early wickets and really slow the momentum down from Delhi by taking wickets and making it harder for Delhi to chase down the runs. Unfortunately, the CSK bowlers weren't at their best in this game, and they bowled poorly. And Shaw and Dhawan punished on that poor bowling from CSK, and obviously with that saw the run rate go up, and it saw the partnership grow and grow and grow with each boundary that was hit between Shaw and Dhawan. So obviously if CSK broke that partnership early between Shaw and Dhawan, it could have been a different result, but I think Delhi still would have won anyway. But obviously this partnership between Shaw and Dhawan was very critical in getting Delhi off to a good start, and obviously in the end it helped Delhi get the victory by 7 wickets and chase down the runs to finish on 3 for 190 inside 18.4 overs. Let's have a look at both teams' performances in this match. We'll start with the Chennai Super Kings and their batsmen. Gaikwad, 5, du Plessis, 0, Ali, 36, Raina, 54, Raidu, 23, Jadeja, 26, Dhoni, 0, and Sam Curran, 34. Let's have a look at their bowlers. Thakur took 2 wickets, a wicket for Bravo, no wickets for Ali, Jadeja, Sam Curran, and Chahal. That's how CSK performed as a team in this match. It was a poor performance from CSK in this match. It was a disappointing performance. I thought their batting was quite good. Let's talk about their batting. They were 2 for 7 inside 2.1 overs. They lost a couple of wickets early. They were 2 for 7. Delhi bowled well up front, taking those 2 wickets early. They did well to recover and get to 188 in the end. Suresh Raina did well on return to the IPL, top scoring with 54. And the partnerships between Raina and Ali, 53 for the 3rd wicket, Raidu and Raina, 63 for the 4th wicket, and Jadeja and Sam Curran, 51 for the 7th wicket, really helped Chennai reach that score of 188, I should say, which was a pretty good score. So their batting was okay in this game. Obviously, they did well to get to 188 in the end. Their bowling performance pretty much let them down in this game. It was a poor performance with the ball from the Chennai Super Kings. They mis-executed their lines and lengths. They didn't bowl to their fields. They went for a lot of runs on this Mumbai surface. They didn't keep the pressure on Delhi, and they couldn't build dot balls to build that pressure. They didn't take wickets at regular intervals, which cost them in the end, obviously. They didn't take wickets up front. And obviously the partnership between Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan of 138, pretty much that partnership pretty much sealed the game for Delhi and pretty much sealed the victory for Delhi in this game. Excuse me. If they broke that partnership and took wickets at regular intervals, that would have put the pressure back on Delhi in this match. But unfortunately, they couldn't break the partnership early. Therefore, the partnership was able to get 138, which got Delhi off to a good start in the run chase. And after that, since that moment on, they pretty much cruised home and got the victory easily, Delhi. So it was a poor display with the ball from CSK. They didn't quite execute their skills. That's a concern going forward for them. They really need to improve their bowling going forward. I thought their batting was okay in this match, but they can improve that as well. They can improve in both areas with the bat and the ball. But really the main concern at the moment is the bowling. Because if you're not taking wickets up front, it's going to be a very hard bowling innings, and it's going to be very hard work for the bowlers, because if you're not taking wickets and you're going for runs, you're going to be conceding big totals. And for Chennai, they really need to address that side of their game at the moment. Obviously, with Chennai this season, they're in a rebuilding phase. It's going to be a bit hit or miss, inconsistent from time to time, Chennai. So for them, it's really important to knuckle down, really improve in those areas with the bat and the ball, because obviously, as I said before, Chennai are pretty much in a rebuilding phase. So it's going to be tough work for Chennai this season. It's going to be a tough season. But I thought tonight they batted okay. They did well to get to 188 and recover after being 2 for 7 inside 2.1 overs. But then to execute with the ball and really bowl poorly. They didn't quite hit their spot tonight with the ball, and they just conceded a lot of runs, and it was a terrible performance from them. So they really need to improve that going forward, Chennai. Pretty much their bowling performance pretty much lost them this game, because as I said before, the partnership between Shaw and Dhawan of 138 for the first wicket for the Capitals pretty much got them off to a good start in the run chase, Delhi. And after that, Delhi was able to cruise home and get the runs easily in the end. So for Chennai, their bowling is a concern. As I said before, that's the main concern from Chennai in this match. Their bowling let them down. Their bowling led to them losing this game because they didn't quite hit the spots. They didn't quite execute their plans with the ball, and pretty much they were off the mark with the ball. So I think for MS Dhoni and Stephen Fleming, there's a lot of thinking to do heading into their next game, which is against the Punjab Kings on Friday. There's a lot of thinking and a lot of improving to do with both bat and ball. Let's have a look at Delhi Capitals' team performance in this game. We'll start with their batsmen. Shaw 72, Dhawan 85, Pant 15 not out, Stoinis 14, and Hetmeyer 0 not out. Let's have a look at their bowlers. Wokes and Khan took 2 wickets. A wicket for Tom Curran and Ashwin. No wickets for Stoinis and Mishra. A dominant display from the Delhi Capitals with both bat and ball. Let's talk about their batting performance first. The partnership between Shaw and Dhawan of 138 for the first wicket was crucial in Delhi winning this match. That got Delhi off to a flyer and made the run chase easier for Delhi, and they were able to cruise home to victory. Shaw impressed and showed us that he is in serious good form. Last IPL, he struggled quite badly and even at one stage got dropped from the side. But he has done well in India's domestic one-day tournament and has continued that form into this first game for Delhi. So great signs for him and for Delhi going forward in IPL 2021. The bowling display was good, did well to take wickets up front to get CSK 2 for 7 inside 2.1 overs. Took wickets at regular intervals, and they did it without their main bowlers in Rabada and Nokia, who didn't play in this game. They can get better and improve their bowling going forward, but they all did well in this game. Overall, a great performance from Delhi to start IPL 2021. Let's have a look at both teams' potential 11s for their next game. We'll start with the Chennai Super Kings. Their next game is against the Punjab Kings. Let's have a look at their potential 11 for that game. I think CSK will make some changes to their 11 headed into their next game against the Punjab Kings. I think they'll only make one change to their 11. I think they'll probably take out Chahal for probably Imran Tahir. I think, obviously, Tahir, with the experience he has and being a seasoned veteran, I think he'll do a pretty good job, Tahir. So I think, obviously, Chahal struggled in this game. He went for a lot of runs. He wasn't bowling at his best. So I think probably Chahal to miss out and Imran Tahir to take his place. So I think they'll only make one change, Chennai. Depends if they want to make some other changes. But obviously, I think they'll just make the one change. Probably Chahal out and probably Tahir in. So the likely 11 could be Gaikwad, Duplessis, Ali, Rayner, Raidu, Jadeja, Dhoni, Sam Curran, Bravo, Thakur, and Tahir. Let's have a look at the Delhi Capitals' potential 11 for their next match, which is against the Rajasthan Royals. I don't think Delhi will make any changes to their 11. As they say in cricket, you don't change a winning team, and I think Delhi would like to keep the same 11 to build that continuity and cohesion within the group, and obviously looking to get as much game time into these players as possible as we reach the business end of the IPL in terms of the playoffs, and potentially for Delhi, maybe the playoffs and potentially the finals. So I don't think they'll make any changes to their team because I don't think they need to, because pretty much it's a pretty good team already, so I don't think they need to make any changes heading into the next game. So the potential 11 for Delhi could be Shaw, Dhawan, Pant, Stoinis, Hetmeyer, Rahane, Wokes, Tom Curran, Ashwin, Mishra, and Khan. What can we expect from both teams heading into their next games? We'll start with the Chennai Super Kings. Their next game is against the Punjab Kings on Friday. There's a lot of work to do for the Chennai Super Kings in terms of trying to bounce back and hopefully winning this game against the Punjab Kings. They've got a lot of work to do that. I thought in this game their batting was okay, but it can get better and they can improve their batting. But the real concern for the Chennai Super Kings is their bowling. They weren't able to take wickets up front in this game against Delhi, so they've got to find a way to take wickets early against the Punjab Kings, because if they don't, they could be in for some trouble. So they really need to improve their bowling heading into that game. But as we know for CSK this season, it's all about improving each game and trying to get better. Obviously, the team is in a rebuilding phase this IPL season. So obviously for CSK, it's just about getting better and trying to get better with every game, trying to improve and hopefully get some wins if they can. But for Chennai going into that game against the Punjab Kings, they really need to improve their bowling and obviously looking to take wickets up front, because in this game against Delhi, they didn't take wickets up front. They went for a lot of runs. They need to improve that going forward into that game against the Punjab Kings. For the Delhi Capitals, their next game is against the Rajasthan Royals on Thursday. For them, it's just about backing up this performance, really. I think for Delhi, if they start IPL 2021 with a 2-0 start, that will give them lots of confidence going forward for the rest of this IPL and hopefully for the playoffs, and potentially they could even make the final as well. So for Delhi, it's just about backing up this performance against the Chennai Super Kings into the next game against the Rajasthan Royals. So it's just about backing up the performance, being consistent and trying to get those wins early to really put them in a good position heading into the playoffs, and hopefully that will lead to a final, and hopefully that will bring them a maiden IPL title as well. I don't think they'll have any problems of getting the job done against the Rajasthan Royals, and they'll probably win that game, but we shall see what happens in that game. But for them, it's just about backing up the performance and trying to get another win on the board. Overall, it was a dominant display, I should say, from Delhi in this game, and that's why they're one of the favourites to win this IPL for 2021. For CSK, it's going to be a tough season for them, but they just need to keep pushing on and keep trying their best to get the results. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get the latest episodes of the podcast, and like and share our Facebook page. Until next time, keep safe and bye for now.